Welcome, my name is Kira. I'm going to be your mentor sales trainer today. My hope in creating this course was to share all the experience and knowledge I've gathered in my years of working in the spa industry and passing them on. I want to teach and inspire other therapists, solo estheticians, spa therapists, beauty therapists, the essential skill of sales and how to make it ethical, how to do it out of integrity, and why it's so important to have this skill in your treatments. So if you're a therapist, beauty advisor, counter representative, makeup artist, all of the above, beauty, health, wellness industry, all this will apply to you. If you want to avoid burnout, if you want to maximize your time, work smarter, not harder, and if you want to increase your income. Because one of the biggest issues I faced even as a therapist and setting up my own practice was burnout and having limited time resources. There's only so many clients you can teach in a day. So that is where sales came in. I did self-study, I really embraced it. I got training in-house and just launched myself from there. I did so much research and looking at books, other mentors, other sales gurus. I found them all very, very masculine. I found them all very vague and general. So there was very little out there for beauty therapists or for estheticians. I found a lot of other therapists around me were very they were naturals. They were just natural and really chatty, and it just came really effortless to them. If you feel like you're not a natural or you have no interest in it, in sales, and you don't understand it all, and there's still hope for you. It definitely is a skill everybody can learn. Yes, some people are they make it look effortless and natural, but there is technique to it, so that can be learnt. So if I can teach myself and go from zero sales to consistent top seller and being confident and comfortable selling, so can you. Or specifically skincare sales or body massage, for massage therapists, massage body products. So very little out there for that. So that's why I wanted to create this course. So I'm going to make it really simple. I have a lot of YouTube videos if you want to watch them. They have a lot more detail, single point. So you can look at them if you want specific information, but I'm going to break it down and make it simple, a 6-step formula, really simple that you can apply straight away. I do encourage you to embrace sales over a 6-month period, at least, because you're building a new skill. So if you did a training course in eyebrows or a new massage technique, you would take time to do case studies and integrate that. So the exact same for sales. But I want you to go from no sales or inconsistent sales to repeatedly getting 80 to 90% close rate, as in asking for that sale and getting most of your clients sold to. There's always going to be 1 or 2 people who it should be a small margin, very small margin. If you're good at sales, it's literally a small margin that people can't buy in that moment. They may come back in the future. You could have a system in place to follow up. I'll go into all that. We're not going to chase people for sales though either. You are recommending products in home care. You're extending the treatment. Your time and effort and skill is valuable. Your knowledge is next to none as a therapist in terms of biology, ingredients in products, cosmetic ingredients, technique, such broad knowledge. Even if you're a massage therapist, the detail of the human body that you know, you need to be compensated for all this. I'm going to go into the 6-step process and it'll be easy to follow. So let's get straight into it and get you from no sales to top seller. There's always going to be a few people that can't literally buy in that moment that actually want to. If you show somebody the value and you've addressed their concern, I'll go into all that in more detail now in a second, what I mean by those terms. But if you've done all that, you have done your job when it comes to selling, and the 80 to 90% close rate, you will achieve this if you practice your new skill. Sales is amazing because sales, literally, everybody can learn it. It is a practical skill. I was not a natural salesperson. I'm more introverted naturally. So sometimes introverts make the best salespeople because we really, really listen. So even if you're not super confident at public speaking or connecting with clients, or it makes you really unsure sales, then this course is for you. You're going to go from 0 sales, inconsistent sales, to top selling. Close rate, you're going to accept that 90% close rate is the ideal. And then we're going to put a system in place for that remainder, because it's out of integrity, because you also have the treatment element. So you're not solely based on sales. That's where my ethical approach comes in. I want to talk about the queen mindset, which is the true spark that gets you into that sales mind frame. So yes, you can learn all these scripts and generic like tools, and this is how you sell, and persuasion tactics and negotiation. But if you come from it, a good, healthy mindset that will motivate you, then the sales are just a natural like effect of having that mindset. So what do I mean by mindset? So your thoughts are influenced by like your environment, your mood, and your thoughts dictate your behavior. So you can actually reprogram and get healthier, more positive thoughts. Like a thought is just a thought. It doesn't always mean that it is a fact. Just because you think something and something pops into your head doesn't mean it's always true. So if you think, oh, I'm no good at this sales, if you kept saying that, yeah, it will become a self-fulfilling prophecy. But you can question that and go, okay, why am I not good at sales? Oh, I'm lacking in ability or skill, or I don't fully understand it. Like everything and every skill is hard at the very, very start until it gets really easy with practice. So you have to embrace sales the same. It's putting that neutral energy in, not thinking that sales is such a scary thing. Like getting a healthy mindset, a healthy perspective, a healthy outlook on sales. What is your goal? What's the main focus? The main focus is the treatment, and the main focus is helping the client. So if you just remain really curious, you don't have to have this sales pressure and this commission pressure and I have to reach my targets and I have to sell. No, just remain curious to the client and adding value. So what do I mean by adding value? When you provide somebody with a solution to a problem or a concern or something they're expressing, whether it's about their skin, about their body, tension in their shoulders, like giving somebody stress relief from their muscles or time out to relax is a result. And that result, it doesn't always have to be a visible, like outward, like their nails done or their lashes done, like outward appearance thing. You're still getting them a result. And that is value. And that's where the money compensation comes in for it. Money is just an energy exchange. So by you recommending and by you taking the time out to be curious and asking the right questions, open-ended questions, and really listening and feeding back to the client, it's not a long conversation. It's literally this mindset of, I'm doing this treatment and it's part of the treatment to recommend stuff, home care, rebookings, the client coming back in, or treatment upgrade, like an add-on to the treatment, like upgrading, you're in for a facial treatment and you might add in an extra mask or an eye treatment or a head and scalp, shoulder massage, something extra. You know, while the mask is on, it's like, oh, would you like a hand massage or would you prefer a taster 10-minute reflexology session during the facial treatment, the skin treatment? So all that is considered an upgrade, and all that is sales, and all that is adding value to the client. So your mindset needs to be less focused on you and your abilities and what you're going to say. And am I saying the right thing, the script, and all this like, oh, I'm nervous with public speaking, or I'm nervous talking to clients. No. The mindset shift is that queen mindset. Queen meaning quality, holding and respecting your skill set and all your product knowledge and all your treatment knowledge. You are the expert, holding yourself in such high esteem that it just pours through, that you don't need to ask and beg and persuade and negotiate with a client. Twist it, turn it on its head. The real focus of sales is to add value and to help the client extend the results. So what's going to happen? Your mindset is actually more reserved. Your expertise is becoming the matchmaker, is matching the correct product to the client's problem. But you don't need to lecture the client on, it has this ingredient and that ingredient. It will sell itself if you focus on the benefits. So do you see that switch in the mindset? It's more positive. So you turn the focus around, you value your skills, your knowledge as a therapist. You view yourself as that queen mindset. Queen as in elegance, class, refinement, high esteem. That's what I mean by the queen mindset. Then your sales are coming from a place of This is a recommendation. I'm not here to convince, I'm not here to persuade. I am here to recommend and match the correct product because I listened. And that way you have to say less. Literally, sales happen in 2-3 sentences. That's it. Because it's all about how you show up. It's all about the mindset. You have to work on the mindset first and foremost. Some people say it's more like the energy as well, how you show up, your aura, your vibe. But how do you describe that? I think it's more tangible to explain to somebody the mindset. It gives the sales process a little bit more structure. If you look into the dynamics of, not related to gender, but related to inside each of us, we have masculine and feminine energy, and they're needed for different reasons. So I hope I don't lose you with this now. Some people find this very abstract, but it really does help with sales. So to create something and to sell and connect with the client, you need both those type of energies. So yes, you need structure. Masculine energy is all about action oriented and structure, nothing to do with gender. Every person has masculine and feminine within them, and a natural balance of like, either they're 80-20, or they're in certain situations you need to pull out that energy. So you match your energy to the client. This client is showing up more with a concern that's all about, they want to feel a certain way for the special occasion. Looking a certain way will help them feel that way, whether it's confidence in their skin, whether it's the spa treatment has allowed them to relax and recharge before that occasion or after in a stressful event. Like, it all serves a purpose. The treatment is serving a purpose and fulfilling a concern or fulfilling a need or a want of the client. And a lot of times beauty treatments, it's more want, it's not always necessity. I would say more holistic treatments tend to be necessity. If you've chronic diseases and you're treating clients, they want a lot of help with lifestyle and home care. So I really believe that the mindset is the main driver in how much you can sell. And another bias that you have to be really aware of also is the price bias, or your belief in the products. It's very hard to get yourself behind products that you don't like, you don't see effects, you think they're you think they're ineffective. You have to really believe in your product. Then that product and you are then in alignment. You use that product at home, you've tried it out, you've seen results on clients, and don't forget, you can do cross promotion. Like, it's not always a product that you recommend, sometimes it's the treatment. So if you have had you're going to recommend the client another treatment and you've had that done yourself, you see the effects, or you've studied it, or you've gone to school to train in it, you will be a natural salesperson if you've had that done, you believe in it, you've seen the effects of it. So you could have a bias as in, do you support the products the clinic is selling? If you're a solo esthetician, it's great, you can choose and have such autonomy over your product line and what you get in. So you can get a product that you're really passionate about, you're really excited about. Don't pick something that you think, my clients will have that budget. No, or you pick something that you are willing to part with your money with because you see the results and the effects, not because you think the client will buy more of that product. Again, that is unethical, that's product pushing. You are the expert. You know the biology and the ingredients and the effects of the product. You know whether that product is good or not. If you're not willing to use it and put it on your own face or on your own body, or take those vitamins, supplements, whatever you're recommending, or to do that treatment, if you don't see value in that treatment, how are you going to be able to recommend it? It's going to come across. Clients can pick up on that lack of integrity, where you're just, you don't believe in, you think this treatment is a fad. You think you haven't seen much change in people when they've gotten it done. You think it's just a pamper session. If your client's not in for pampering, they want results, it's going to conflict. If your client is in for relaxation and pampering, then it's a perfect match. Do you see, it's all about the client's concern and the client's issues. But on the other hand, you as the therapist, it's in your ethical integrity to own up and say, I support these products or I don't support these products. It is easier to sell if you use them, you wear them. It's a natural example you can give. You can give like a personal experience. You don't have to rattle off any kind of marketing slogans from the product. It is literally, you're going to be like, I use this and this happened. I use that product, or my mother uses this product. I've seen it again and again with clients. I've really seen a great effect. So for example, I used to do a facial toning treatment called Casey, and I used to love clients coming in for this. You needed a course, you needed a session. It was like going to the gym. You can't just do it once and have a six-pack. You need to work with like your diet, so you needed to work with the skin and products, and then you needed to do the treatment more than once and do a course of it. But by God, I really genuinely saw results on the clients. And if you took skin that was like not fully mature with like deep set wrinkles, but slightly mid-mature, as I call it, the results were astounding. Along the jawline, it's like muscle toning for the facial muscles, and the facial muscles are more thin and delicate. You don't need big heavy gym weights to get the same effect. It was like an electrical current toning the muscle, and outstanding. So if you could get like before and after pictures to support what you see, that would be amazing. So do you see how I saw that treatment being done? I was doing that treatment. I believed in that treatment. I would get that treatment myself, and I would pay that money myself. So become like an ambassador for the products or the treatment, because you can cross promote. That is still a sale. You can upgrade the treatment. That is also sales. So far, we've talked about what are ethical sales. So being in integrity, not being product pushing, overselling, commission focused, and to come away from that sales pressure and being convincing and persuasive, negotiation, to turn it more into helping the client, adding value to them. You need to embrace that queen mindset. Valuing yourself and valuing yourself is holding yourself in high esteem, and your product knowledge and your skills as a therapist. So less is more. Embrace elegant, calm, reserved, neutral energy. You're not there only for the purpose of getting them to buy. You're also there for representing your treatment, showing the results of your treatment. The Queen mindset is also all about being self-aware, being really, really self-aware, and saying, do I have any negative associations with sales? Have I been sold to in the past? Do I believe this treatment or these products that I'm offering are too expensive? Would I use them myself? All this out of integrity, all this negative bias, you need to rewire and look at that, because it will come through your sales. It will make you struggle. It will hinder you. It will make your sales very unethical. They're not going to be coming from a good place. They're not going to be effortless. You're going to really struggle. You're going to have to force it. You're going to have to follow a script. But if you focus on it being 80% mindset, 20% skill and execution, and that skill is just practice. It's just exposing yourself to more and more and more clients, exposing yourself to the sales process and getting your own rhythm. That is why I will give you an outline of a 6-step process, but ideally I'm not going to give you too many scripts, because real sales are about the vibe and the energy you show up, and that always depends on the day with the client. It depends on what the client needs in that moment, what the client's concern is. You can't just apply a generic script to every sales situation. It may work, but it's forcing it, and what is the vibe, the energy behind it? And it doesn't make you a genuine therapist. Remember, you're not. The therapist is also there with the benefit of the treatment. So if you work at a beauty counter, make it about your treatment is the client experience. Giving them a little makeover, the attention you're giving them, the chat. Yes, you're there with the purpose of matching the correct products to them and recommending the correct products that they may want or need, and finding out, do they have a special occasion they need them for? Is it everyday wear? Are they leveling up their makeup game, that they really want your advice of what colours and stuff suit them? Professional opinions. So if you work on the mindset, everything else regarding sales, like what to actually say and what to actually do, with the right mindset, you can literally learn that in an afternoon. That is why I'm focusing so much on the mindset. It's how you show up, it's how you greet the client, your body language, the tone, your mindset, what you think about the treatments and what you think about the products. And a treatment, in my opinion, is sacred. It's an energy exchange. It's so much more than a commercial exchange or buying something in the shop. There's like a whole energy exchange. There's so much more, and that is why I'm such an advocate for therapists to also sell, because you're giving the client so much more than just a transaction, than just you're giving them advice, you're giving them knowledge. All your training in the past you need to be compensated for, but also the energy you hold and the space. It's a place the client can relax. It's, they say musicians can change the vibe, can change somebody's mood instantly within 30 seconds of a song. They can bring back positive memories, and that's why they get paid so much. Or an artist, or but you're along at the same league within, and the difference in somebody's health, in a client's mood, in a client's frame of mind, in a client's productivity after getting 1 hour massage treatment. So you are literally working magic, and you need to be compensated for it and hold yourself in such high regard as well. And that is where you'll sell more. And that's why I advocate the sales, because you as a therapist, there's only so much you physically can do in the hour, that the sales like that maximize your time and allow you to stay in the industry for much longer without ruining your own poor little joints. And well, that all comes down to correct posture. If you're a physical type of therapist, looking after your own body, but that comes with your actual beauty school training. Now, another important topic is masculine and feminine energy, which we all have in a certain percentage in ourselves. It's nothing to do with gender. So masculine energy is traditionally more, is like the treatment booking time. You have to get this treatment done within 1 hour or 30 minutes, 45 minutes. It's like structure, anything that's action oriented and structure. And then feminine energy is anything that's creative and flow. So a lot of massage techniques, you have your basic like effleurage, petrissage, they're more masculine energy if you're thinking about it. That's like structure, procedure. And then anything that's freestyle and creative and flowing is feminine energy. So it's good as a therapist to balance those and know your own strengths. Are you more a feminine seller that's appealing to people's feelings, emotions, and the vision they have of the results? How would you like to look on your wedding day? How would you like your skin to look for this special occasion? How would you like? It's like the vision of the future. It's like creative. It's imagination. It's that feminine. Do you sell more like that by connecting over emotion, or do you sell more results driven? These are the results you're going to get for the client. That medi spa tends to be more like that. So sales structure is like if you were to follow a procedure, that'd be really masculine. So you have to know which. Ask yourself, what am I more naturally inclined to, and stop forcing it. So if you're reading all these sales manuals and they're telling you follow this script, say this procedure, and that's a real masculine feel to you, and that doesn't feel natural. If you like the more free flow, appealing to the client's emotions and building trust with them and more relationship building, if that's your natural sales tactic, try it out. Try both of them out. You do have to have a balance, because it takes both the sperm and the egg, so both the masculine and the feminine, to create something. So it takes both your masculine energy of being structured enough to say, okay, we have to get this treatment done within the hour, and I also need to find out their main concern. I have a plan here. I have a sense of direction, and that's masculine energy, instead of just getting caught up in the recommending products and the client relationship and building rapport and talking with the customer. That you're talking feminine energy with a purpose of the masculine structure in the back of your mind. Do you see the two together create amazing results? And that's where you get the sale. So without one or the other, you're really lacking. So just become aware that a lot of sales training out there is very masculine focused. It's very about like high ticket sales. So do embrace that more feminine side as well, by that building rapport and connection and trust, and maybe focusing on getting the client back in, or for an upgrade of this treatment, knowing that they will sell down the line, that you will sell retail or they'll buy retail down the line, that it's not your main like focus is just product, retail. What can I sell them? That's really like masculine. So what's your natural balance? What do you gravitate towards naturally, and can you embrace and balance out a little bit of the other side as well? So that's self-awareness, embracing that queen mindset of having both. You need both. The queen isn't just all feminine and flouncy, like she has her duties, and even a king, it's like they have
structure to their day, they have both. So become more and more aware of this interplay of these two energies and how they affect your treatments, how they affect your sales. It's really fascinating stuff. There's so much more to that topic you can say, but just have that in the back of the mind, give it a thought and ask yourself, can you incorporate more of one or the other? Play around with the two energies and see how you get on with your sales. Another mindset to really embrace that's part of the Queen mindset is the power of your voice, the power of your words, how to be selective, your tone, how you say things basically, and activating your throat chakra. There can be a lot of nervous energy if you're trying to speak up, but for sales, you need to take the lead. You tell them how you do business. You don't let the client chat about the weather and about their day, and you think you're building rapport, but it all has to be really specific to the treatment, and make it really professional. Make it all about the treatment and why they're there and the results they want. Don't go into too much personal detail. Keep it really professional, because then you're seen as the expert. There's that clear boundary. You're there for a purpose. You're there to, yes, let them relax and switch off, but at the end of the day, it is a treatment, a professional exchange of energy, and there's just so much power behind how you say something. You can say it calm and with feminine energy and soft, but it doesn't mean that it's not valid. And our next chapter is the sales era. So entering your sales era. I have so much content about this on my channel as well. So go check that out on YouTube as well, individual videos about it. So entering your sales era is E for environment, or for relationship, and A for ask, closing. Also the client's awareness, bringing awareness to the product, the solution that you have for them. So I love this acronym, this entering your sales era. It makes it fun. Sales is not such a mystery then. It's just, remember that off the top of your head, and you'll understand how to simplify sales, how to make it more fun, accessible. It's just a natural part of the procedure. Like, it makes sense to wipe the area with antibacterial solution first to cleanse the skin. It makes sense to take off the makeup before you start a skin treatment. It makes sense to ask the client during massage treatment at the start to where the area of concern is, where it all makes sense. So it's the same with sales. It should just be a simple, neutral energy. It's not this big mystery. So entering your sales era. So environment. It's just a short version to remember the overall process and what needs to be in place. So what needs to be in place? Environment. So this is about the client's expectations, your entrance way, what they see before they actually arrive, before they're actually in the treatment room. How did they book in? What was their first impression? And then the sales environment is your clinic, salon, even solo beautician room or beauty counter, is that all, that environment supportive to sales? Really sit down and analyze and ask yourself. Get a trusted friend or family member to actually review your booking process, whether that's online or calling up at reception at the spa. Ask them to review what it's like, your entranceway, your doorway. Is it comfortable? Is it is there rain cover? Is there somewhere to clean your hands? Is it inviting, warm? Does it appeal to the senses? Do you know that's your clinic, that's your salon? You can never have enough signs and make it more elegant. Do you have a little red carpet? Do you have a little wall with flowers on it that somebody can take an Instagram post and give them a discount if you tag us? Something like that. Be clever, make the most of your entranceway, even if it's narrow and small. Make it fun, make it exciting, make it an experience. So E is also for client experience. So if you remember sales era, E or A, all these terms will come to your mind. It's going to encourage you to think what's appropriate for the client. It's going to encourage you to think about the sales experience and the sales environment and all these factors that need to be in place before the client even steps in and sees the therapist for the first time. It's going to enhance your sales. It's going to really elevate you and make you be seen as the expert, because it's professionalism, it's effort. You've put effort into this. It's not just any old salon. You're going to stand out, be extra. You see, all the E's come to mind. You need to be extra. The customer service is lacking. It's really poor in the salon beauty world. It's just, it's not regulated enough. It's not the standard, like, it's like, oh, if you find a good salon, you've gotten lucky. No, it should all be, why are we not respecting therapists more? Why aren't we elevating ourselves more? Stand out, be extra, go the extra mile, have like sanitized hand cloths, but warm, make them warm. If it's a spa, definitely have heated little hand towels as you greet the client, with lemon or tea tree oil or anything antibacterial to cleanse. And the heat appeals to the senses. It's just extra. So you've smell, you've heat. It's like warming, relaxing, welcoming. Offer them a cup of tea or give them a tea or something while they're filling out their intake consultation form. All these, be extra, and don't just any generic form. Oh, those forms are a nuisance. Anytime I go to the spa, first of all, my head's tired. Why am I answering these questions? Why are you asking such detailed information? And first of all, data protection. Second of all, that form just lies there. It's meant as a tool for sales. You literally tick the box. Why are you here? What's your main concern? And the therapist is meant to go over that form with you. But the form is they really need a review. They're such a nuisance. I find that annoys me when I go to a spa. They're too long. Obviously, yeah, you want to list, are you contraindication? Are you on medication? Are you allergic to anything? Because people don't think of that. If you're a general public and you're coming for a treatment, you're not always aware, like stuff like a nut allergy, because some of the ingredients might have nut, or I've come across somebody who was allergic to aloe vera. I never heard of that in my life, but they were adamant that they were allergic to it. So that's something that has to be on the form. And then personally, when I've gone to a spa, it's just long-winded. Like, make them shorter, make them more appealing and fun, and make them to help the therapist find out your main concern. Why are you here? Tick the box. Relaxation, tension in the shoulders, what's your skin type? This should be more those type of questions. And a lot of times I find the therapist doesn't really like review it with you. If you filled out this form, it kind of be left at reception, and I've like, make that extra. It should be a whole like elegant book with a leather bound, or so many things have been extra. The client consultation intake form has been extra, and elevated and elegant, and just effort put into it. And everything is like, the environment screams shop. The environment says, even online shop, are you offering that? Samples, interactive, exciting, fun. The entrance way is like, it's just like, wow, you've arrived. Make it like, offer a mint, offer a way to cleanse your hands, offer somewhere to put down your bag, offer somewhere to make it clear directions, make it like clear information about your opening times, make it like you can't not walk past. So here's the test, here's the real test for your entranceway, that if you walk past the front of your entranceway and you tap that person on the shoulder and you said, what business is there? They should say what your business is. Massage, clinic, medi-spa, salon, spa. It should scream. The entranceway should just send the message of, like, say if you're a aromatherapy based spa, or you're all about natural ingredients, have plants on the entranceway. Make it a whole sensory experience. Well, is it lit up? Is it clear? Do people know where to go? Do people know what to expect? Have they walked past? You should walk past that, your entranceway, and without a shadow of a doubt know, even from across the street, what services you offer, what you do. It should be visible, hidden, even if you're like upstairs. Draw attention with like lighting and signposts, and don't be demure. Don't be quiet about it. Be elegant and classy, but get the message across. That's good business. So the client has all these things in the background: the entranceway, the sales environment, shop feel, all the extra touches before they've even met the therapist. Now, when I go to meet this therapist, my expectations as a client are way up. They're like, oh, I trust these guys are professionals. I am expecting a lot. And the therapist is going to deliver. It's like elevated 5-star experience, even if you're a 1-star. That's how you get to 5-star. Well, yeah. Now, sales era. All this leads on to the era part, the or part, which is relationship building with the client. They've had a good experience booking in, they've a good experience arriving at your salon with entranceway. They've had a really good experience in the waiting area with information and a shop feel and retail. It's all ready to go. They see, okay, this is what these guys do. They recommend products. So the relationship part is building rapport, building trust. So you've done that with the background environmental setup. But now when you go to meet and greet your client as the therapist, you want to say their name, give them eye contact, and then give them like reassurance, a little bit of like physical touch. You're about to do a very like, you're going to enter their personal space and be in their aura, in their field, that that kind of breaks the barrier a little bit. If you like guide them by the arm or the elbow, even if it's like a clinic setting, a good firm handshake, acknowledging them and smiling at them, getting like not seeing them as just another client, calming yourself down before you go to collect them, and taking your time to say their name clearly and be calm and confident. Even if you're a beauty advisor at a counter, looking them in the eye, greeting them, not just treating them like another customer, and like not how's your day been, nothing general, like get straight to the point of their name, why are they there, their main concern. So this is rapport and relationship building, these important skills in sales of open-ended questions, which means a question where somebody has to talk a bit, not just give you a yes or no answer. So that's all rapport building, that's trust building. It's like active listening means feeding back the information you've just heard to get their confirmation. So what I hear you saying is that today you're here for relaxation. Am I right in saying that? Have I understood you correctly? You wish to your skin, your vision for your skin, your vision for this weight loss treatment, your vision for this is to have this end result. Is that correct? Yes. The client feels heard, feels validated. Well, that would make sense. Of course, you'd be upset if you've pustule acne and it's very inflamed. I've seen this before, and this is the treatment plan we put in place, and we got great results with that person. So the results you can expect are, you need to talk plain, frankly, short, precise, like that. It's not a big sales pitch. You don't need to learn a script. It is just common sense if you come at it from that curiosity. So this is all the relationship building. It's a set of skills. You need to ask open-ended questions, and the questions you're asking, you're being curious. You're not talking too much. You're only talking when they pause, or only talking to feedback. Your active listening is not about you, the therapist. It's not about you're not trying to impart knowledge. You're not trying to throw product knowledge at them, or impress them with the scientific information you have, that you need to show that you know so much. I'm the expert in skincare, I know so much. No, your environment, your uniform, your presentation, all that supports you to say you're the expert. The treatment itself, the actual, even though you're quiet throughout the treatment, say for example, if it's a spa treatment, that says you're the expert. How the client is left feeling afterwards. But if you active listen and give them feedback, and validate their concern or their issue that they're having, and pinpoint it, and then make the correct product recommendation, that is professional. That is where you're seen as the expert. And it's simple. You need to mirror back to the client what they've said. It means you're listening. It means you're paying attention. You're not any other hidden agenda. You're not trying to say quickly, what type of product could I sell them? No, you're genuinely selling the appropriate treatment, which is ethical sales. And over time, your sales will increase that way, instead of forcing it and pushing and this desperate energy. It's like you need to sell. Ironically, will give you more sales. It needs to be just an extension of the treatment. So all this is relationship building, open-ended questions. You need to find out why they're there. I don't like this negative pinpoint. You've got sun damage here. You've got wrinkles here. You've got that. Like, focus more on what's your vision for your skin on this special occasion. What would you like it to be like? How do you see yourself if you were to solve this? How would you feel? Like focusing on like what they mentioned. Why are they there for that treatment today? So I've seen you've booked in for. So in the say online booking, you could do a little drop down menu, or on the consultation form, spa intake form, salon intake form, you could even write, like, tick the box. I've seen here you've ticked the box for relaxation. You haven't ticked anything for skincare, so am I correct in saying that you're simply here to unwind the body? Where's that stress showing up in your body? Do you see how that's rapport building, connection, validation to the client? Their concern, all the client wants to do is feel seen and heard. That's really important. And that's how you get that rapport and relationship. And not being pushy and desperate that you need the sale today. That selling is also diversify. Selling is also upgrading the treatment. If they're not ready to buy, they may need 2-3 sessions before they really see you as the expert, or they're skeptical, or they've had bad spa experiences in the past, and you're trying to rewire like the 3 last bad spa days they had, or they're just there with their friends today and they've very little hope and faith when it comes to beauty treatments, or they've gotten, like, a lot of people have had bad, like they've got their eyebrows done and it's turned out bad, or they've had a reaction, so their guard is up. So people aren't always ready to buy, but focus on the long term, the relationship building, keep your reputation of the clinic. Think about long-term sales, or them coming back in the future, or they're not ready to buy retail today. Have you upgraded the treatment and asked, and have you gotten them to rebook and come back in? So it's those 3 extra things you should always be asking every single client. Ask these 3 extra things. And that actually brings me on to the next point, sales era asking. So asking for a treatment upgrade and add on, which could be 5 or 10 euros extra, dollars extra, and be like, would you like an extra eye mask or eye treatment? Extra cooling, or you mentioned here in your intake form you're very concerned about anti-aging. Is there a particular area? Yes, my eyes are. Well, in our skin treatments, the eye area is not focused on enough. What I suggest is a treatment upgrade for today, because you said your main concern and issue was that the aging is showing up in the eye area. The eye area is very delicate. It doesn't have oil glands of its own to the same extent as the rest of the skin, so it really lacks in, it can get very crepey and dehydrated. So it's not always it can be from the environment, lack of sleep, it can be not. What you need is an eye treatment. So the eye treatment includes gentle exfoliation so that the products penetrate deeper, and then a hyaluronic acid based mask which is going to plump out the skin and hold moisture, so you're going to get a fresh clear eye area. We do a massage that drains any puffiness as well, eye cooling mask, all this to improve the appearance of the skin. Do you see how you explain it shortly and sweetly, and very little bit of science, but just a touch of it. Just sprinkle it with a word or two of science or the ingredient, but make it like the ingredient is ABC, and what that will do for you is, the result you'll get from that ingredient is, and you only need to say 1 or 2 ingredients. Don't go on and on about every single thing in the product. It doesn't matter. Say an ingredient that people can relate to or may have heard before. And people love stories behind the creams. They love if you can explain like relatable examples, or I've used this story, I've used this cream before, and I've seen this and this result, or when my mother-in-law used this on her eczema, this is what happened. Do you see? It's like relatable stories instead of the cream has ceramides in it and ceramides do this. Like, you're not a robot. It's not a science class. It's not biology. That's not relationship building. So sales era, we're onto the A part, which is asking for those 3 things in the treatment will make you be seen as, again, the professional. It's all part of the service. Imagine getting that in every single treatment. It's just top notch. Asking them to come back in, invite them back into the salon. We always encourage our clients to have a course treatments. You can't just, we're not miracle workers. Again, just a once off will get you results, but imagine if you invested in your skin and came regularly. You can use the sauna, you can use the steam room, it's going to help you relax as well. It's a whole hobby, or it's a whole, like, again, more value, add value. What are they going to get from all the time to the clinic, or getting treatments more often? Everyone knows the treatments, more often they can come, the better, and if they're more often they can visit, the better results they're going to get, and focus back to the results. You have this event coming up, but have they mentioned that that's a concern for them? So asking for those 3 things, then also asking and closing for the sale. A lot of times we therapists talk and then we don't directly make it clear that, what's the client expecting. You need to explain how you do business. At the end of the treatment, be like, will I leave those at reception for you in a bag at the till? Hint, hint, hint. Asking and closing for the sale. This is a sale, it's a business. Are you going to buy, basically, but you've explained the value to them. It's ethical because it's part of the treatment. You're going to help them get more from just if you were to offer them no sales. If you were to be really sleazy and pushy and aggressive with your sales and just throwing any old product at them, or getting to buy 3 or 4 and overwhelming them. If you're under commission and sales targets they're too rigid, they're not flexible enough. Like, things go in ebbs and flows. Sometimes people have more money towards the end of the month if they get paid a salary. So you may have an increase in retail sales, but at the start of the month, when that money isn't available, that disposable income, you may get more rebookings. how is one less valuable than the other? If a client gets a rebooking or a treatment back in, it helps your reputation. You have more chances. Do you know how hard it is and how much marketing has to go in to get a client in the door in the first place? And you're not going to ask for them to come back in, and make it clear that, like, yes, this is, people come all the time. They don't just come for one facial once a year. Regularly is what you want to get results. So do you see that? Giving them the opportunity, inviting them in. It's about making it clear, this is how we do business. Would you like to take those products with you today? Our receptionist will have those products ready for you. Something clear, concise, indicating, not always go straight to price, but that often comes up, and that can be a great natural closer. If the client is asking how much, or you can say, our cleansers range around €30 or $30, our masks this much, and our eye cream, did you have a budget for today? Oh no. Or yeah, maybe just this is the best, invest in this today and come back for the other ones if needs be. However, they do work together as a package. The results you will get if you use this 3-step cleansing 3-step program. See, this is how you can kind of talk, but you need to figure out what sounds good to you. There's no point me giving you a script if you don't have all that queen mindset in the background, if you don't have the sales environment set up, if all these links in the chain are failing, and if you haven't asked for the sale and close, there's no point me giving you like scripts. I can give you an example of what to say, which is very good when you're starting out in sales, or it's great if you overhear a different therapist. Go yourself. If you're a massage therapist, a spa therapist, go to other spas and get treatments, or go to a beauty counter, go to a makeup counter, listen to how they sell, listen to the wording, enjoy the experience, see what it feels like. Do you get treatments regularly as a client yourself? You'll notice these things, and that's how you pick up a good phrase and then make it your own. That's why I wanted to create this course as well, because there's just such vague general sales pitches out there, and you don't need that. You need something very specific to the skincare, beauty, hair, holistic energy kind of treatments. So when you're trying to sell more energy, it's like their vision of how they want to feel. It's not always a visual, like, how do you want your nails to look? And then you give them that result and they're happy. To maintain your nails like this, you need cuticle oil. I've applied a shellac gel polish on your nails, which means you need to use this oil. You use harsh chemicals when you're cleaning the house. You need to wear gloves. And the cuticle oil will nourish and make your nails grow from underneath, from the nail bed, the actual matrix of the nails. So if you don't use that, the gel polish is going to dry out the nails. You can speak like that. But when you're doing energy treatments, holistic treatments like Reiki or reflexology, it's about I want you to go home now, client, and monitor how you feel, or you feel relaxed and calm today, and get them to answer on a scale. When they enter in, you have marked relaxation on the consultation form, that is your main concern today. On a scale of 1 to 10, where are you at right now? 1 being super calm, chilled, and 10 being close to a mental breakdown. And then they might say 7 or 8, really stressful day at work. Or they might say 2 or 3, I'm actually okay. Get them to scale it on a tangible one. If you can't see the result, and it's not a visual beauty aesthetic treatment you're doing where you can do a before and after picture, get them to quantify the feeling. So the energy is, what's your mood like? Or you have these, if you had to measure you have a chronic illness, and you were after getting a course of, at the start of the course of the treatments, your chronic illness, stress related, or the emotion or the feeling or the pain level that you had with that chronic illness at the start of this reflexology session, you ask them to scale. And then at the end of the course of the 6, you ask them to scale again. On a scale of 1 to 10, how do you now find the effects of your chronic illness, or the effects, your stress level and lifestyle changes that you've now implemented with this? You've worked with me on this course of treatments. Get them to quantify 1 to 10, and that gets you, just for them to see the results, if they have to actually verbally say it and think about it in that sense of a scale. And it's good for you as a therapist to be able to quantify it like that as well. So yeah, you need to ask these type of questions to get the sale. Asking and closing, and awareness as well. I always say under A is like drawing their awareness to the product. So you ask them for their main concern and their issues, and like that, using that scale, if it's an energy treatment, to draw their awareness. Do you see how you're giving them a solution, but you have to link it with, this is the solution to your concern that you mentioned. So it all comes down to your relationship skills of how good you can pinpoint their main issue, main concern. So if you take anything away from this chapter, this lesson about sales era, is concern, issue. The main focus of sales is being curious enough to find out the client's main issue, main concern, why they're there today. pinpoint it and become the matchmaker of here's the solution to, here's the treatment plan, here's the lifestyle home care advice, here's what you can do at home, here's the diet advice, here's the nutritional advice, here's the vitamins for that solution. I call it concern, you can call it issue, problem. It's not really problem. Sometimes people want, I just feel like looking better, I want to level up, I want to look better. But you have to again use that scale to quantify as part of your level up journey, your self-improvement journey with these treatments. Can you quantify at the end now how much value they've added, or how many changes you've seen out of 1 to 10, something along those lines. Make it your own. It has to come from your mouth. It has to be natural, or else it sounds scripted and people will just have their guard up. They will shut down straight away and just be reminded of all those negative times they've had a salesperson sell to them and it was really obvious. It's not coming from that heartfelt curiosity. Now let's get into the actual practical steps, the 6-step process. So the first step is all about having that environment set up. That's why I mentioned the sales era. All about the environment, the way the client books in, the customer journey, the links in the chain, as in all the steps on the customer's journey are links all tied together in a chain. It's a great metaphor to wrap your head around. If one of those links are broken, you can't go try and retrack and sell at the end if the client's had a bad experience booking in, if they've had, they don't really see the salon as clean or professional, or they had a crappy treatment, all these links along the chain, one or two of them broken or even just tarnished, it makes it so much harder to sell at the end. So increase your chances by really focusing on that supportive sales environment. So looking at your customer journey step by step, sit down, have a strategy, have a plan. This is where that masculine energy comes in. Also, like, genuinely assess it, have friends and family go through the process for you and give you feedback, or have a professional marketing strategist have a look at those steps. Like, how do you get clients to notice your clinic? How do clients book in? When they come at the door, what's it look like? What's the feel of the place? What was the treatment like? Are there areas to improve on? What was the sale like? What was the aftercare and the follow-up? What's the process to rebook? Did they get recommended other things? Did they feel like they got above and beyond the value of what they expected? Are they coming out saying wow, or are they coming out of the treatment saying nothing or mediocre? Like, you can't try backtrack and sell products if it's like there's discrepancy there. Also, with the supportive sales environment, is setting yourself up like the shop, that it's a shop feel, that the retail is there. Get all those structures in place. Do you have a good quick payment method? Several different payment methods. Nothing's worse than, we only take cash, or we only this way, or if there's like a delay, the payment should be really quick. The quicker the better. A supportive sales environment is also all those basic business structures, like what's your refund policy, what's your late and cancellation policy. Have them written down. Do you have a procedure? Do you have a complaints handling procedure? All this adds to your professionalism. Even if you're a one-man show, it all needs that credibility, professionalism, and it makes you respect your time and everything much more, again, which is that queen mindset, which will come through your sales at the end of the day. You put so much effort into this business or so much effort into giving this treatment, even if you're mobile and you go to people's houses, you put so much effort in. You're not going to take any kind of like wishy-washy clients. You want high quality clients, and you'll attract them if you offer high quality service. So get that supportive sales environment set up. Is it an online shop that could support you? Or can you outsource your digital marketing to have a professional do it for you? All these practical business things. So that is the first place to start. That is the first step in the sales process. It's going to have a knock-on effect on everything else. So you've done all this background work, you've done all your background studying of the product knowledge, of knowing your products, of working on your own internal mindset. Do I like these products? Am I using them? So you're confident in the services you offer, in the cross promotion you can do with other clinics or other therapists in-house. You're going in confident. You have that structure and support behind you, and you have your clinic setting is like top notch as well. Everything around you is just screaming class, professionalism, I mean business. And then you're taking charge of the treatment and telling the client how you do business on your website when they're booking in and they call on the phone. Well, this is how we do. This is what we do. We do a skin consultation first. We're going to be recommending home care to you. You're prepping them, you're priming them. and the sale will happen effortlessly at the start of the treatment before they're even on the treatment couch, if done correctly. And step 2 is how you present yourself, your actual uniform, or whatever you choose to wear. Basic grooming for yourself, like scent, bit of like neutral kind of perfume. Because you're working with the public, you never know, somebody could have allergies or a certain smell, certain perfume, so be careful with that. It's how you look, basically. First impressions, how you're arriving. So you're going to meet and greet your client. If this is a new client, it's great if you have a repeat client, but always remember to say their name, firm handshake, eye contact, and that tip of touching either the forearm or the elbow, whatever is culturally appropriate as well. Keep that in mind. If you're working in like an international setting, like a cruise ship or somewhere that is not your own culture. But in most European spas or westernized, it's acceptable to shake somebody's hand and then touch their elbow or forearm or their upper arm, and it's like you're guiding them. It's that first introduction, and it's like, now you're in safe hands, therapist hands. I'm kind of taking over, and you lead the conversation with confidence, but not arrogance. It's always that well-balanced approach, calm, neutral. I'm here to give you a great treatment. If you buy, super. If you don't, probably next time, but you may go for a treatment upgrade. I'm still going to give you top level service, because we're about the treatment here first and foremost, about getting you results. Maybe you're maybe your guard is up right now that you don't want to buy, but there's a reason you're not buying today. You don't see the value. I haven't communicated it properly. You don't have I didn't fish out that concern, that issue you have or want or need. There's something along the chain that's not working, or maybe you need to warm up. You've had terrible experiences in the past. You've actually had really traumatic bad spa experiences that you're really cautious. That's okay. Hopefully you'll book back in. I'm going to get you to book back in and see the benefit of the treatment plan, and don't be offended if somebody doesn't buy. It's not you can review, but it's all neutral energy. People have free will. You never know what's going on in somebody's life. You don't know if they genuinely don't have the budget. Maybe they have a shopping addiction or something that they've really stretched their budget, and they just have to say no there and then. But like I said, it's the overall main focus is the treatment. Main focus is to get them the best result. So the step 2, meet and greet the client, is your first impression, your physical and body language, your physical appearance and your body language, and how you arrive, and that first initial vibe the client gets. And it's literally, hi, my name is Kira, I'm going to be your therapist today. That's as simple as it can be. Remind me again what's drawn you to this treatment, what's made you book in today. You see, within the first sentence or two, you already have the concern. It's all treatment focused. It's not, how are you? And sometimes it's polite to say, did you find the place okay? Did you get parking? Did you find the location? People might have questions about is it pay and display parking? Things like this, that kind of nervous energy sometimes. So yes, you have to kind of accommodate that a little bit, but try as much as you can. Everyone's different, every client is different. It's obviously, you need to be flexible and depend on that customer service skill and attend to the customer as needed, but gently draw the conversation back to why are they there? Get that main concern. So do you see, they're not even on the treatment couch yet, and you've already made that impression of professionalism and been seen as the expert. You've done that trick with getting to safely into their personal space and reassurance, so you're building trust and rapport. Then you're asking questions all about them and listening and feedback. So what's brought you in for this skin treatment today? What's brought open-ended questions, as in don't get them to give you a yes or no answer. Have you had this treatment before? Yes, no. It's like, what's brought you in today? How come this has appealed to you? Oh, I see this. So since your last treatment, was there any issues afterwards, or were you happy with the results? How did you get on with your home care? Follow-up questions. Active listening, which is like you summarize it and you mirror it back to them. I noticed you saying today you're looking for relaxation. How would that feel for you? Or is there a particular reason for that? Not getting too personal, but to quantify it. Always try to quantify or measure it if it's a holistic treatment and energy. I know that's really counterproductive. You're just happy as a holistic energy therapist that the client is feeling better. But how do they measure it? Like, oh, would you like better posture? Would you like to feel less tension in your muscle? And also it's good at this initial consultation phase to be like taking charge, explaining how we do business. So how we work today, or what the plan is for today, is to do a facial cleanse, then a skin analysis, is to do a muscle assessment, a posture assessment, tension assessment, and then to let you relax, let you switch off fully. And then at the end we'll do a review, and I'll recommend and go through home care with you. So don't directly say products. You can if you want. If you have somebody in-house who's all results driven, and sometimes Medi-Spa, they're just like, quick, tell me. You have to gauge that. You have to gauge your clientele. Are they kind of summarize their vibe, kind of get their vibe off them? Are they real direct results driven person, or are they more like there for the benefits of the treatment? So it's about, within that initial consultation phase, it's setting up the expectations for the treatment, what's going to happen, mentioning that you will be doing home care. For this facial treatment, for this skin treatment, we do skin home care prescription sheets. I will actually give you recommendations at the end, but we'll do that after your skin analysis. So sit up this way on the bed, get ready, blah, blah, blah. All this is done within 2-3 minutes. So you pick whatever treatment applies to you. I obviously tend to go to more the skin or the massage treatment, as in they're the best examples. So yes, then when you're at that, recommending at the end, there's several ways you can do it in practical steps. You can either, during the skin analysis, recommend products, or when you're doing the body massage, the first few like opening effleurage moves, you might actually say, I notice tension here, particularly on your right shoulder. Yeah, I'm going to focus on that. I'm going to work on that. Or in the reflexology, okay, I've noticed a few things here. I'm going to take notes, but I'll let you switch off, relax fully, and we're going to come to that at the end. I'll go through that at the end with you. So then when it comes to the end of the treatment, you either offer to sit them up, offer them a glass of water, which you could have ready, or sometimes whatever you prefer, what your procedure is. I'm going to leave you there to take a moment, relax, get up slowly, get dressed, put your gown back on, but I will come and collect you from the treatment room. So you allow them to get ready, and you leave the room and then come back in with the prescription sheet, which maybe a tray. Looks really good, instead of just 2-3 products in the corner of your arm. Or the products could be in display in the treatment room already, that you can utilize, because you're going to come back into the treatment room and summarize. So today you said your main concern was XYZ. I really noticed that in the treatment as well. I can totally see why you're saying that. You had this issue or problem, or if they're like, just recap. You mentioned you really want this result. You mentioned you want to look this way. Well, this was the first step. I recommend you come back in as part of your treatment plan. We need to do this, or I recommend you try book in with our other in-house specialist to get you better results. So this was the correct thing to do, the first port to call, but now I recommend this specialist. It can be, so all you can do, or the main thing you can do actually, is just recommend. So in every treatment, be asking those 3 different things. A treatment upgrade at the start, during that skin analysis stage, or like recommending hot stones. I can feel this area tension when you begin the massage, particularly. Yeah, you're so right, that lower back. Okay, let's add in these hot stones. They're an extra 5, or they're an extra $10 euros, and they are just going to 10 strokes of effleurage is equivalent of 1 stroke of hot stone. If they've gotten a whole outstanding treatment, you won't even have to ask them. They'll be begging you to like, can I come back? When can I get booked back in? And you're like actually telling them, 2 weeks, you need a bit of time to detox and heal in between. They'll be like, really? Can I not come sooner? So treatment upgrade, invite them back in, rebooking, and then always retail products. That's why sales are actually really ethical, because the client's going to get more results. If you don't tell them, they're missing a chunk of what they could achieve. So they've spent all this money on a spa treatment, they've made all that effort out of their day to come to you, and then you're going to withhold some of that precious product knowledge and information you have, which you've been trained in. It's not ethical. Do you see that approach of you have to let go of this idea of oh, I feel uncomfortable or sleazy, I feel like I'm recommending product, or like you're assuming what the client's going to think, and you're telling me you don't believe the client's going to want to listen. Get an experience of when you've been actually sold, or think back when you've bought before and analyze that situation. What's the last product? It doesn't even have to be beauty. What's the last thing you've bought? Have you sat down and analyzed why and how the customer service rep went about that? Ask yourself that. Analyze it, take the good points, and beware of those negative experiences. How are those biases coming in? Are you assuming the client might be able to afford it? And that third step is also dealing with objections. So the main objection you might get is the price, where you can see that they're hesitant. All you can do is reassure and repeat the benefit and the value. They haven't seen the value. People don't care about the price. If they really want it, they need it, they can see where you're coming from. They can see you've made that correct connection between concern and result, and they're in agreement. They've said, this is my concern, and you've presented a solution to the problem. So with price, it's always good to say, well, this is an investment in your skincare, or cost per use. Like, do you want to be buying products over and over again that aren't treating your skin well? Do you want to let this tension in your shoulder fester, or do you want to tackle it once and for all? With reflexology, well, you're here for a main concern, or just relaxation. Do you not need to switch off? Like, one treatment will only get so far. It's going to be gone to waste if you don't do another treatment plan, lifestyle changes, home care, things at home as well, all in combination. So your time is precious, or you break it down cost per wear, as you would like girl maths, as I say. Justify like a pair of shoes or a handbag. How would you justify them? You get, okay, buy quality. Same with skincare. This is going to last 3 to 6 months. So you're not going to be buying a cleanser. Like, how often are you changing your products? And you're not even seeing results from those products, as you mentioned before. Like, it's like you getting like a 2-for-1 product. Or sometimes the price, if they're saying, oh, that seems really expensive, they're looking for that reassurance of the value and the results they're going to get. They're a bit nervous. Maybe they've tried products in the past and they haven't worked. So they're just sick and tired of trying new things all the time and having no guarantee. So it's like, well, you did use this product during the treatment today, so you can see the effect of it. Like, show them a mirror, show them like after the skin treatment. Like, you could sit them up in the bed, offer them a glass of water, and say, now I'm going to go through your home care advice with you, and you offer them a mirror. Like, don't put the lights on bright. Like, keep it so like they've just had a treatment and they've just been lying down and relaxing. Like, you could slowly turn up the lights or have lights on the mirror or in around the mirror. Or often you have that magnifying light that can be enough, just concentrated light, just not to make it so stark, and keep your customer experience in mind. So that price is like either if it's a high ticket, high costing serum, but it's the right one for them, it's do that cost per wear, or just reassure and maybe talk a bit more about the brand. This is what I recommend. They're not thinking about how much it's going to cost. They think about that's the correct medicine for you, So it's just they're looking for reassurance, or there's some link broken along the way, or they're just not ready to buy. They just don't fully see you as the professional. They might need another treatment or two with you to see that. Don't take it personal. Take note of it and keep trying. Sales is a statistic game. You have to keep trying no matter what, and not take anything personal. Like that, you don't know if they're just not ready to buy today. All you can do is your absolute best and not be put off. The price has nothing to do with you. What one person finds expensive, the other will think it's cheap. So closing a sale, what they mean by that is always asking and being clear and direct and saying, like, would you like to take those products home today? Like, just remind them that it is a sale. Sometimes people, you might say, this is your home care, this is your prescription sheet, your advice, and it's so valuable, but you're just leaving it open, and the client is a bit like taken aback. They don't know what to make of it. Don't leave any ambiguity. Take charge. Be direction. Okay, this is going to be your treatment plan. This is what we'll do today. Okay, let's do this together. You take the cleanser home today, because it's the cleanser exfoliator, and you rebook back in, and the next time we're going to try that mask on you again. So do you see how you're making the whole time you're closing? That's why the first step of that sales environment is also closing and asking for a sale. And then you're going through the consultation, and you're confirming that you've found their concern. Okay, well, in today's treatment, if that's your concern, we will also recommend products at the end for you, which you can take home. So again, asking, closing for the sale. Is that okay with you? Get them to say yes a few times. Then throughout the treatment, checking in with them as well. Then at the end, it's like getting them to touch and hold and feel maybe the product bottle, and asking for that sale. Will I leave those outside at reception for you to collect? Will you be taking them home with you today? And sometimes people say, oh, I'll have to think about it. If you're finding you're always getting an objection at that stage of like, are you asking clearly? Are you coming across maybe too pushy with your question? Have you done enough relationship building? Maybe you didn't fully understand their concern, that they just said something generic. You didn't read their vibe properly. It should be effortless when they should be asking you, yeah, oh, okay, I'll take those. How much are they? Or do I take them now? Or they'll be at reception for you, or I'll pop them in a bag for you and I'll meet you outside once you've put on your gown. I'll bring you to the relaxation area and those products will be downstairs waiting for you. And at this stage, you can mention, I recommend that you come back. This treatment requires 2 to 3 sessions, ideally for the best benefits and like we discussed for your concern. So always invite them back. Say, we'd love to see you here again. We also have these facilities, or cross promote and promote your clinic again. It adds professionalism, it's just reinforcing everything again, and it's a nice natural close of the sale, as in wrapping up the treatment, and you don't sound like you're rushing them out the door. You sounded like you've done a complete whole cycle of the treatment. So can you see, if you have this amazing queen mindset plus these 6 practical steps, or that's a framework for you guys to work from, to make your own routine as such. Have a little routine that at this stage of the treatment I mention the products, at this stage of the treatment I mention the rebooking. Sometimes it flows naturally and it can come at different times that you start talking about home care products, but have a little routine and that's your structure. But can you see, with the 2 you have that mindset plus the actual routine, how much more you're going to statistically increase your chances of sales. It's a no-brainer. And it's worked. I've done it myself. You can do sales courses among sales courses, but if you're not working at the root cause, which is the mindset combined with the salon environment, combined with your steps and your procedures, this will avoid getting to that last stage where you get client objections, such as the price. You might get, oh, I need to think about it, or oh, I need to ask my partner, or basically the person in charge of paying. So you get less and less of that because you can say, yeah, well, that's fine, you can sort it out with reception. Don't always agree with their objection. They're entitled to it. If they think it's too expensive, they haven't seen the value, even though you've explained fully. Just, again, don't take it personal. Go back over your steps. Maybe there's somewhere along that chain, customer service chain, that you can tweak 1 or 2 things. But those are common objections that you might hear. So again, be prepared for them. Don't be personally offended by them, and have a plan of action of how to overcome them. Oh, I have to think about it. Okay, that's fine. You can say, well, the special offer is only on for this month for you to rebook in your treatment, but you've asked them 2 or 3 things, so they can't have to think about every single thing. But you just have to leave some people, it's their right to, if they feel like they need to think about it, they're a very detail-oriented person, or you just don't know what's going on in their mind, that they're maybe very anxious or nervous to buy, or they've had bad experiences, so they like to read the fine print. Or maybe you can say, well, if you have any other questions, either come back to me once you've relaxed, or use the receptionist, ask the receptionist. Well, our receptionist outside will answer any other queries you have. And a lot of the times, oh, I need to think about it, is just an excuse. That objection is just an excuse to again, they don't see the actual value. I'm not parting that much money. I'm kind of concerned about that, but I can do without it. So I'm not really spending that much. So somewhere along that customer journey link chain, either the treatment wasn't wow, or you didn't really get to that root cause, that concern. Okay, they want to relax, but they're just in for the hobby. If they're just a hobby spa massage person that make it more about the latest and the newest trends, and they like to try something new, something different, make it more that approach then. But a lot of that, be aware that those objections are just excuses. There's something else behind it. So you may need to don't be afraid to question, oh, why? Or if they mention price, say oh, like I said, cost per wear, break it down. Or would you have any other issues with getting these products today if the price was within your budget? So that's a good question to figure out. Take away the objection that they're saying, because then you can pinpoint exactly why. Oh no other issue, just the price. Okay, well, we have a loyalty program. It's 10% off, or if you refer a friend, you can get 10% off rebooking your own treatment in the next time. Or if you come back and do a course of 3, that gives you a discount of 10% off each treatment because you're actually getting a course. Always that 10 to 20% discount. Or, well, go for the travel size then. Say if you're really on the budget today and you can't take the full pack home today, but you do want to try these products, a sample won't be enough for you. It's too small. That'll only get you a few days. I want you to really use this product. We have these travel size. So do get in travel size of your product, or smaller packaging, or this cleanser you were talking about, the exfoliating 2-in-1 cleanser, which I recommended for your skin type because you mentioned this concern, is actually part of this travel package we have. It's a small pack. Now it has other products in it, so I don't know, but at least you're getting the cleanser and you're getting it for a while, and the price is less than the full size. You know, you're giving them alternatives, but make sure that the objection is actually the price. Because don't forget, people use price or, oh, I need to think about it as excuses. So you need to be like, okay, oh, I need to think about it. Oh, okay, are you not the main decision maker? Or you could be like, okay, was there any other questions you had that I can clear up now that were making you hesitant to take these products home today? All you can do is ask and have that open-ended question. Try listen one last time, or offer, well, I explained to you all the ingredients and the benefits. Always sell the benefits, not the features. I've explained the value of this treatment. You've mentioned this concern. Here's a product that matches it. If you've any further questions, our receptionist outside can help you. Sometimes maybe they want to come away from the sales. They're not used to kind of making decisions that quickly on the spot, and people can feel a little bit vulnerable, like in a treatment room. They rather do it when they're fresh and outside of the treatment room, when they've fully dressed, they have their purse in their wallet, because sometimes you have to check your online banking. I've been there before, and I'm like, I genuinely need to check. I want to get the stuff, but I just need to double check. So you can say, yeah, you know, give them that little leeway as well. But you know your clients best, and when clients come back in, they'll start to know your routine. That's why I say keep your 6-step process specific to your salon, so they're always used to that routine. Oh, I ring up the products at the till after they're dressed or fully, or no, they agree to buy when they're when I've set them up at the end of a skin treatment, giving them a glass of water, but they're still in their robe on the treatment couch enjoying that relaxation time, and I'm not rushing them out. But that's when I bring in the products on a tray for them to test and feel and smell and interact with and see the packaging and get to hold the product, make it feel like it's their own. So do you see, keep that routine the same, and then they'll expect and they'll know, okay, this is the part where she's going to ask me if I want to take them home. And yeah, you hopefully get somebody who's like really enthusiastic, and the best type of clients are someone who's like a skincare junkie and they're super excited for it as well. So hopefully all those key takeaways and bonuses help. And a bonus tip for you guys that I want to discuss, which is just brilliant, is the sales tracker. It's create a log sheet for yourself, create a little sales record. So this can be done digitally in some systems, but it's great to have little handwritten sheets for yourself as well. So you could do like a table. Basically what you're trying to log is sales trackers help you plan your day ahead of time, but they also help you track and reflect at the end of the day. So you would check in with this piece of paper. You could do it like an Excel sheet or a table, or you're going to track like the client's name if you're doing your records that way, or you could just do client ABC, make it neutral, and then do the treatment they got, and then did you do retail sales, rebooking, or repeat customer, and like tick the box. Or you can write details if you want to actually keep track of commission. So it's really good as a therapist to keep track of your own commission personally, to have that, because it's sometimes things can get lost in computer systems, genuine mistakes. So it's good to have your own personal record to make sure your commission matches up with that of your employer. If you're part of a larger team, always double check your commission, because things can get mixed up and lost, or you could be getting somebody else's commission, and just for lack of like being aware, you're doing all that hard work and you're not getting compensated. Or it just also shows your employer that you have a personal interest in increasing your targets, and it's great for career development as well. But I have a separate video all about the tracker, real in depth in detail, on the YouTube channel. So if you want to know more about how to do a sales log sheet, a sales record for yourself. So yeah, you can do it's like a motivational sheet for yourself. You could do a quote each week. You could write your targets if that motivates you. You basically use it to reflect. You record what happened during the day and who and what you sold to, and then what you can do to improve. So do a little column underneath and have a reflection. And don't be too harsh, personally on yourself. Be it has to be that neutral energy. This is a skill. It's like you would do case studies and you would always reflect at the end about your treatment progress, how you're learning to do the eyelash extensions, how you're learning to do the hair color, how you're learning to do the hot stone massage. You have that reflective practice. I know in a lot of beauty schools, they do the case studies where you see what went well and what went bad, and to take that on board. And it's all a self-improvement exercise. So do you see how powerful that sales tracker is? It can motivate you in the morning. You need lots of like positive, high vibe energy, especially when you're selling and you're dealing with clients, because you're dealing with the public and lots of different clients. It's very mentally and physically demanding. Do you see where the mindset comes in? That queen mindset, if that is rock solid, that's ingrained in your self-concept, then all the sales are going to be easier and they're going to start being fun. So you can see sales as a game. If you want to increase, not in an unethical way, just to make it more, it's a bonus, it's an add-on to your treatments, it's an extra skill you're doing. It's like being able to do basic eyebrows and then being able to do like all these new advanced trendy eyebrows. It's a trendy feel, and then like that, the sales are actually a crucial part. You're given half a treatment, you're giving away all your energy and all your time, and you're letting the client walk out the door losing the opportunity of being able to extend those results at home. You're not doing your job, personally, I find, if you don't try to approach sales and improve. So get that log sheet, write out whichever way you like, what's most important to you. I recommend at the very start just focus on one. It's much easier to get clients to focus on building your confidence, to get them just back in the door first. Instead of all these 3 layers, it can be a lot. So you could start off sales tracker, a little motivational speech at the top, client's name or client ABC, the treatment they got, and then did they book back in, or did they buy a course, or did they cross promote, did they book back in? Just focus on that in the first week, and you do a little tick the box. Or you can see, always during a back massage treatment or always during a pedicure I can get them to come back in. Why can't I get them to come back in for a body massage? And then you might reflect, we have a lot of it's a hotel spa, it's tourism based, there's a lot of packages, but if somebody's there for a few days, why can't they come back the next day? It's not unheard of. People want to indulge you're inviting them back in. You have to open up your mind, especially if you're say on a cruise ship. What are people doing? They're there on holidays. You could be out traveling on sea. Why can't they come back the next day? You, the therapist, have to make that normal. And lots of people come back. Ideally, you do it every 2 weeks, but you're tension in your knots and you're here now anyway on this holiday trip. So before you leave for your flight, it's really good to increase circulation before getting on a long haul flight. This will help alleviate jet lag. Circulation is really good, avoiding any issues with lower legs and veins, and you get that medical terminology in there. Sell them the benefits and the value. What value you're going to give them. It's not just a pamper session, it actually has a purpose as well. And invite them back in. And then you could do another sales log sheet. So it's basically tracking what happened and then also a reflection part. Another purpose of the sales tracker is to plan your day out ahead of time. So if you know, I have 3 facial skin treatments in today and 2 massages, that you would make a little plan, that you would have the most likely common products in the treatment room ready to go. Or if you have that queen mindset of demanding more for yourself, holding yourself up to a higher, more elevated regard, is okay, I'm going to invest 10 minutes every morning and I'm going to actually plan the sales. I'm going to invest in this skill of building sales, and I'm not just going to leave it up to chance. I am going to, use this time to refresh my product knowledge and my memory to kind of, at the start of the day, have a think about the most commonly bought products during a back massage or a facial, or what I have on today, reflexology treatment, energy treatment. Are the stuff, do they have the price tags on them? Are they ready to go? Are we fully stocked? Nothing was worse than recommending a product and then it's out of stock, or you don't have it there. We can order it in for you in 3 days. It's not, no, the client is always no, I want it now. Now you've hyped it up, now I want it. So double check you have it there. That's a little embarrassment that you can avoid by just checking. Obviously you can't predict every concern a client has, or sometimes they come in for back massage and they start talking about their skincare and that really worries them and they want advice on that. You'll be surprised how be open-minded that just because they're in for one treatment, you have to check in with them first. What is their concern? Because it mightn't even be the treatment they're booked in for. That's why you always ask at the start, what has brought you in today? That's your opening question, because it's a good one to decipher if the concern is towards the treatment, or if they actually want, I'm here just to relax, but can I talk to you about my skin? They see that your skin is healthy and good. They see that the whole shop environment and the clinic looks like it's very, they have lots of high grade skincare posters around, and they kind of start getting comfortable, and they're like, okay, maybe I'll chat about my skin then. Your facial skin is really precious. It's the first thing on show, especially if it's high profile clients. So do you see how the sales tracker is such a good tool? Oh my god, if you're not using one, you're doing yourself a disservice. It really helps you focus your mind, targets your mind, motivates you. You can see progress. Keep them on record every week, and then that's also great for career progression as well. You take those with you when you go to any employee meeting. That's how you can ask for a promotion or a raise, or a higher rate of commission. If you really start loving sales, then you can use that to increase your income and maximize your time, and all this avoids burnout. So a simple investment in the skill with all these tools I recommended, working on your mindset, finding a routine, an actual step-by-step process, combining the two, and then little tips like the sales tracker, or little tips like open-ended questions, or little tips of knowing what to say for a price objection. Re-explain the value or cost per wear, or offer a different size in the actual bottle, little tricks like that. So a lot of that is experience. So I hope all this video now, podcast style video recording, has made this course has made sales more demystified, that less scary, that there is a process, that lots of people do it, that yes, some people just naturally chat and they don't really have structure or process to it, but or like, I hope it's motivating that it's like, no, some people can break it down and make it into a skill set, so you can learn it too. So I wish you all the best going out there on the live clients, and let me know how you get on. I'd love to hear back. So you can get in touch with me over Instagram DM. I have like a business email. I have my YouTube channel, so I might see you in the comments there. I'm even thinking of creating a community, so I'll keep you updated on that as well. But I hope you enjoyed this course and you can keep referring back to it. Play it over and over again. Let it all sink into your mind. Take some notes and really apply these skills. So it's all well and good listening to this, having a bit of like motivation and a little bit of tweak or two about your mindset. Am I biased myself towards these products? Am I biased towards the cost of the treatments? Asking yourself big questions like that, can help tweak and just be like, even something as little as that may increase the sale or make you more comfortable asking. That was the main thing I wanted you to feel. It's ethical and it's okay to ask for sales. You're not pushing, you're extending the results of the treatment, and your energy and your training and your knowledge deserves that monetary award. Yes, so hopefully I'll see you in any of my other videos, and maybe in a future course. Let me know if you want more details, and please try take an overall improvement strategy of 6 months, 3 to 6 months of really just focusing, using a sales tracker. Use the tools I've suggested. Do I have a routine? Do I have the sales era, the sales shop? Like, use those 6 weeks to work on each step in the process of your routine, work on your mindset, work on setting up your shop environment, your customer service journey. What's your client intake form like? What's all those business structures and things I discussed? So you have a whole list, a whole checklist to get through of things you can be working on, being extra and improving. So don't just sit back and say, I'm no good at sales. No, here are some actual practical tools in this training that you can reconsider, analyze. You just need that motivation of knowing that sales is a skill. Everybody can learn it. It's part of the treatment. It's going to help you beyond your wildest dreams. It's going to make you such a confident, capable, proud therapist. You're going to become such an expert in your field and be able to sustain yourself in this industry. I see so many past colleagues who it's like a younger person's game, but it needn't be. I would love to find a really mature therapist who is you can relate more. They have so much experience, or mature skin type, or to be seen as that really high profile, or I love promoting the spa industry. Why is it not more available to more people? Why is it not more common to go? Why is it not more fun to go? Day trips with your girlfriends. And we just really need to show the benefits of energy treatments and of holistic health. There's a greater mission here to get people to use all these ancient traditional energy practices that have been around for centuries. So all the trial and error has been done. You can't just dismiss all that ancient wisdom and knowledge just because we don't have modern medicine to prove its effectiveness. It's a feeling. If it helps people feel better and it helps them manage any chronic illnesses, it can complement modern medicine. So let's use both, but we only can promote it by giving people good, positive results and experience, and we have to do that through sales as well. So you really have a bigger mission on hand here when you are recommending retail. You have the whole reputation of the whole spa industry and other therapists, or even if you're a solo esthetician, you have
all that riding on your shoulders, that it's not just as simple as cutting corners and sell a quick product, make a little commission. That's short-term goals. Have that queen mindset. Think of the bigger picture. Think at what's at hand here. If you are passionate enough and you love those treatments, you want to be always promoting the spa, beauty, holistic world. So I hope that reframes a little bit and gives you purpose to your sales. And I hope to see you have lots and lots of success. I hope to see you have a long career, make lots of money. You can make so much if you work really smart and have like an online shop. You can literally be making money in your sleep. You can be making a little like sales video talking about a certain product and have that on your website so people can buy and restock themselves from like when they're in work in their office job or on their lunch break. Like there's sales happening all around. That is how you become like a serial entrepreneur, and you can be building a beauty empire, yet you still get to enjoy and do your treatments. You won't become overwhelmed that way. You can literally start opening and managing your own clinics and be just a manager instead of having to slog away and do 8, 9, 10-hour shifts of back-to-back body massage and wear yourself out. What type of treatment are you giving to the next client if your energy is low, if your body is tired? You're giving them half a treatment. It's not fair. So that's where sales comes in. So I wish you tons of success. You can do this. Focus on the mindset. If you found this course practical and helpful and that it enhanced your sales, I'll be looking for testimonials. Please get in touch and I will be really, really grateful for them. Thank you so much for listening, and I will see you hopefully in a new course as well. Happy selling.